Punjab National Bank Housing Finance Company is celebrating its Silver Jubilee after completing 25 years. Joining us now is R Kamath, the Chairman and Managing Director of the firm. So first, congratulations on the Silver Jubilee of PNB Housing Finance. What kind of growth do you project for housing loans in the next fiscal, given the state of the economy, given the fact that we have elections and there is hope that we could perhaps see signs of recovery and a turnaround as far as the general economic mood and climate is concerned?
See, the housing finance is one thing which we feel that the demand will always be growing. The reasons are there are a lot of people who are getting into the income earning brackets in this country. When people start earning income and when it comes under a tax, tax zone, because of the incentives offered on the housing loans, the first and the foremost thing any income earner thinks of is going to a housing loan. So in this background, we feel that there is the demand for housing loan will continue to be there, and on an average the growth will be around 20%. It may be a little less for the banks and it may be a little more for the HFCs, but I think we can look for a 20% growth in housing finance in the days to come. Okay,
20% growth for housing finance in the future, but you also head the Bank Association, Mr. Kamath. I want to ask you, what is your take on credit growth for the sector, given the fact that economists believe the prospects for the economy are better and that we are going to see large infrastructure projects finally being cleared and take off? A lot of those will now move into implementation phase. What is the overall outlook as far as credit growth is concerned?
I think with a positive outlook which you have already mentioned, I think the industry should look for a credit growth of about 16 to 18% in the next year.
Okay, credit growth about 16 to 18%. By the end of May, sir, there's going to be a new government in place in the capital. As the IBA chairman, what do you believe should be the priorities as far as the new government is concerned, specifically for the banking sector? Capitalization woes are something that continue to remain unaddressed to a large extent. Take us through the priorities specifically for the banking sector that you would like to be addressed.
See, the new government which comes in should look at giving a kickstart to the economy which has slowed down now. It has to encourage decision making which has slowed down. And the third is that I think once things start moving, in case they can play the role of facilitator in all the segments, I'm sure that things will substantially...
Since we're talking about facilitating growth, Mr. Kamath, is there a case now for a rate cut by the Reserve Bank of India? Inflation has eased. Do you believe that there is enough room for Raghuram Rajan to act now?
I don't think that immediately there is a case, because we have seen some improvements now, but okay. I think we need to wait and watch.
So you're still in wait and watch as far as the rate cut is concerned, but NPA is the biggest issue for public sector banks and the banking sector as a whole. Do you believe that NPAs are going to get better or worse as we head into the next fiscal?
See, the NPAs in some way are reflection of the state of economy. And naturally, now the NPAs are formed when the assumptions what you have taken at the time of sanction of loans do not materialize. Like if you have taken certain assumptions like the dollar is going to be at a particular price, or the price of a cement is going to be something, or price of a raw material is going to be something, or availability of coal is factored. Now if any of these assumptions do not materialize as we have envisaged at the time of sanction of the loan, the asset comes under stress. Now, one way of handling this is that, try to rework the assumptions and rework the project, or if the assumptions which you have taken, if they can materialize. So, the NPA or the stress in the asset quality is a temporary phase, and as things go along, and when the economy makes a turnaround, I think this problem can be handled much easily.
Okay, so you're in the camp that believes that the NPA situation is going to get better. Mr. Kamath, the Reserve Bank is likely to finalize bank licenses shortly. Your take on new banks, competition, how is it going to change the landscape? What is it going to mean for public sector banks like yours?
We welcome any new bank into this competition, because when the competition heats up, the best in everybody comes out. So it will also help us to bring the best out of us.
After licenses are granted, do you expect a rollout of banks in the next fiscal, or do you think it will perhaps take longer than that?
See, they may be in a position to roll out a few branches, but then competing with banks like larger banks, they will take some time. But in any case, if they come with new products and services, that will be a good opportunity for the existing banks also to introspect and see what changes we should bring around in our products and services.
All right, Mr. Kamath, we'll leave it there. We wish you the very best of luck. Congratulations once again on completing 25 years for PNB Housing Finance.